Hey guys, Luke here, and I'm here to do another video on the 2015 NRL transfers. This episode we're going to be going over Tim Grant moving from the Penrith Panthers to the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Now, my overall thoughts on this, just a little brief thing to start it off. I think it's a pretty good signing. I think he was definitely underutilized at the Panthers. I mean, initially he was good. They signed a huge contract on him. It's their fault that they signed him on a huge contract over what he was worth. Now, he definitely probably wasn't worth what they were paying him, but at the same time, he was very useful for them. Good player. He didn't make New South Wales. It wasn't a mistake that he played. He was good for New South Wales. I don't think he's necessarily a top prop, is what people say he is. I think it might have just been a bad period for New South Wales with props, but at the same time, he did play, and he did play quite well. Remember, I think it was Sivnasivis had in his arse, so that was pretty good. But yeah, I don't think he was worse than what the props Penrith had last year. I think he struggled a bit with injuries. Maybe there was something going on with the coaching and all that. I mean, it had to be. He was playing reserve grade. He's too good for reserve grade to not even make the bench or anything. That's ridiculous. At the same time, it might have been he might have been complaining or something. I don't know. Maybe him signing with the Rabbitohs, they were just like, well, stuff here, you're leaving, go. From Rabbitohs' perspective, though, they've lost Sam Burgess, and we already know that. They've got Glenn Stewart. Great player, Glenn Stewart. But they've signed Tim Grant. They signed another prop. I don't know if Tim Grant's what they needed. Now, I know he's a good signing for them, but I don't know. I don't know if he's any better than what they've currently got. Tyrrell's, yeah, he's better than Tyrrell probably, but Tyrrell's not a bad player. They got the other two Burgess there. I know Luke's gone now, so he's just another replacement. He's a great depth signing for Tim Grant. If anything, he's definitely going to be in the side. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if he's going to be a starter. I don't know where he fits in because George Burgess is one of the best props in the league. Tyrrell has done his job for many years, so I don't know if he'll be losing his spot to Tim Grant straight up. He might eventually. Yeah, I think Tim Grant's a great player. With the rule changes, I'm not sure how some of these props are going to handle it. As a Bulldogs fan, a little bit worried just to see how teams adapt to it. But there is a big possibility that Tim Grant might be one of those ones who doesn't really adjust too well, so goes from being a great prop to being a not so great prop. I don't know. Maybe that was why Panthers didn't really see him. He didn't have a good work rate or something. It was such a strange one. He was one of the main players at Penrith, and then all of a sudden he's out he's playing reserve grade, and they're saying see you later. It had to be his contract. It's the only reason I can see for it, really, and they'll just try and offload him at all costs, unless there's some big injury he's had that no one really knows about, and he's all of a sudden shit. I don't know, but overall, I think a great signing. Rabbitohs probably aren't paying too much for him, due to the fact that Panthers will try and offload him so badly by the looks of things. And I mean, they're not going to be signing him for barely anything, but same time, probably signing for less than what an Origin player probably would. I know he's not a current Origin player, but you see where I'm going with that. And I do think he's a good player he'll be a good player for the Rabbitohs, and he can bring something to the side. Does Grant and Stewart, are they good enough to replace Sam Burgess and Ben Teo? Probably not, but I mean, it's very hard to replace someone like that, and they've done a pretty good job in at least attempting to do that. So that's where I'm going to leave this episode. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. Hopefully you can drop a like, subscribe to my channel, leave in the comments what are your thoughts on Tim Grant signing with the Rabbitohs, and leave some suggestions on any other players I should do or anything else I should talk about in the rugby league area. Alright, thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.